This is Craig Mertens, Director of Product Education for Printavo, the parent company of InkSoft, GraphicsFlow, and Printavo. I'm going to walk you through InkSoft, the all-in-one e-commerce platform for print, promo, and decorated apparel businesses. So how does InkSoft help you to grow your business? So what I've learned in today's market, you have to have more than just great products. Great products are going to help, but if you don't provide your customer with a great buying experience, they have a lot of options and they can go elsewhere. And also people want that instant gratification of an online buying experience. So where InkSoft technology is going to help is we're going to help you to create a better buying experience for your customer. They're going to be more satisfied. And as you know, satisfied customers not only stay with you, but they buy more. The key to InkSoft is making it more convenient for your customers to buy from you. What is the problem that InkSoft is solving? Many decorators use generic e-commerce platforms to run their online stores, and these platforms were not designed for the decoration industry. As a result, building and maintaining online stores can be a very complicated and time-consuming process. And also you end up cobbling together multiple technologies. For instance, you're using a graphic software to create your mockups, and maybe you're using a project management software like Trello to track all your production. And this isn't an efficient way of doing business. And also with generic platforms, the order processing workflow is not set up for the needs of a decorator. So for instance, we're having to deal with multi-location prints, we're having to deal with complex pricing grids, and also a variety of decoration processes that all have their own unique requirements. Anytime you operate a software outside of its scope, you're not going to be running at maximum efficiency, and this is oftentimes going to lead to mistakes and production delays. So how does InkSoft solve the generic e-commerce problem? First of all, InkSoft was the first e-commerce platform that was built specifically for the needs of decorators. InkSoft enables decorators to very quickly and easily build and maintain custom-branded online stores. Also, InkSoft is a graphics-driven platform, so InkSoft can process orders with integrated graphics and embroidery tools. For instance, if you upload a DST file into InkSoft, you can map the thread colors in the file and create a 2D rendering in order to automatically create your mockup using the Rapid Product Creator. Also, InkSoft is going to streamline your sales and production with tools that were designed specifically for our industry. For instance, order processing, purchasing, and job cards for production. InkSoft is also going to help you to centralize all your order information so your team can work at optimum efficiency. There's instant visibility on every order as it goes through all stages of production. InkSoft is going to reduce mistakes, misprints, and delays. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to spend time building stores, or do you want to spend time focusing on generating sales? And that's what InkSoft is all about. It's about generating sales. And InkSoft orders are generated from 3 sales channels. First of all, you have proposals. Proposals are a modern spin on traditional selling. You're putting together a quote, you're sending it off to your client, and they're paying online. Next, you have InkSoft Stores. This is an online store that you're hosting for corporations, groups, or organizations. They have 24/7 shopping. They can go to the store, select products, check out. And then you have the Designer. This is a self-service experience where the client can upload their own artwork, get a quote, or they can go to a library of thousands of interactive design templates, select a template, customize it to their needs, and check out. Every order, regardless of its source, is being funneled through an order manager, then through a production manager, all the way out through delivery. So InkSoft is an end-to-end solution. I'm going to walk you through the 4 core components of InkSoft. I'm going to start off with the online designer, and we're going to talk about InkSoft stores. We're going to get into proposals, and then I'll walk you through the back-end production features. InkSoft Online Designer. This is designed to increase sales. And so you're able to sell more by enabling your customers to self-service. So they choose a product from the InkSoft supplier database. They upload graphics or choose from thousands of design templates. They can create a mock-up, get a price. They can even check out. And when they check out, you get paid. So in this particular website, you notice there's a button that says Start Designing. This is where the customer would initiate the designing process. So when they click on Start Designing, they're going to be presented with a group of products. And these are products that you curate. So you're determining what products are available for them to decorate. You're determining who the manufacturers are, the color ranges, the size ranges. And in this particular designer, we're not including just wearables and promotional items. We're also including a gang sheet for direct-to-film transfers. Let's say you want to sell transfers and allow the customer to upload a graphic or multiple graphics and gang it onto a sheet so they can purchase a transfer. We've also added a vinyl banner set up here, so if they want to design banners or yard signs. And we've even added an area where they can customize stickers. So it's not limited just to apparel items. The products that we curated for this particular version of the designer are coming from the InkSoft supplier feed. So we're integrated with 29 industry suppliers, including big companies like SNS Activewear, Alpha Broder, Sanmar. We're getting a feed of product photography. We're getting their pricing. We're getting their inventory levels, their size ranges, their color ranges, product descriptions, even part numbers. So all of that information is being fed into InkSoft, so I don't have to go to the supplier's website to grab that information. So when the end user wants to initiate the design process, all they need to do is select a product. They're going to select their color from the color range. You'll notice that we have the size ranges displayed here as well, and the product description. They can click on Design Now, and they're presented with 3 options when they begin the design process. The 3 options for designing are uploading their own artwork. They can also add text and create things from scratch. And they also have the ability to add artwork from design templates, clip art, or art they've previously edited on. In this case, I'm going to upload an image. So I'm going to click on Upload Image to initiate that part of the process. Customer can upload common graphics formats, for instance, SVG, PNG, JPEG files, TIFF files, even PDF and EPS files in vector format. And as I said before, InkSoft is a graphics-driven platform, so we're actually processing the files that they're uploading. So I'm going to click on Select File. In the case of a JPEG file, JPEG files are always going to have a white bounding box around the perimeter. And what I can do is I can remove that white bounding box. In this case, there's actual white in the graphic. So I'm going to choose to remove the white in the graphic as well because I want the substrate color to come through. So I'm going to click on Continue, and then I'm going to select a color profile. Now, if I select a color profile for full color, this is going to bring in the graphic as is. It's not going to limit any colors, but I can do color limits as well. So even though this is a bitmap file, I can go down here and see what it looks like in a 1 color or see what it looks like in a 2 color, and I get a visual preview of what it's going to look like. And this is also going to allow me to change the colors. So if I want to change this to blue, I can do that before I create the mockup. So we're actually processing this JPEG file. I'm going to click on Finish. The customer can come in and reposition it, resize it. In this case, I'm enforcing boundaries, so we can't go outside that red box. And I still have the ability to go in here and change the color. So if I want to change this color out to more of a burgundy, I can do that. So we're giving the client quite a bit of latitude in terms of manipulating this artwork, and they can also drop another line of text into this if they choose. Now let's say they want to design from an existing design template. So we're going to go ahead and clear this design, and then I'm going to go over here to Add Art, and I'm going to choose Browse Design Ideas. The InkSoft Designer is going to give your customers an online design experience, so you're going to be able to compete with the big companies like Custom Ink. By offering that self-service solution, you're adapting to the buying preferences of your customers that don't want to talk to a salesperson. InkSoft has thousands of interactive design templates. You can add categories of your choosing, or you can add all of the categories. In this case, I have all the categories added. I'm just going to go down here to Sports. I'm going to choose the soccer category, and I'm going to select a graphic. So we'll just select this graphic right here. This is a vector file, and I can edit this vector file interactively in InkSoft. So if I want to come over here and I want to type in Cougars, I can resize this. I can go in here and recolor this. Go back to that navy and red option. So I can name drop the entire design and have quite a bit of design flexibility within the designer. Now I can also incorporate clip art because there's a massive library of clip art that's also incorporated into InkSoft. So if I go over here to add art, maybe I want to add a cougar to this, I'm going to click on Browse Clip Art. I can either go to the category for mascots, or I can just type in cougar. And if I want to add this mascot, I can just click on it. This mascot is 2 color. So I can easily combine the colors in the graphic. So I'm going to kind of snug that in here. You'll notice there's black in the clip art. I'm going to take that black and I'm going to reassign that to blue. Click on Done. Now we have a 3-color design. Once they get the design situated, they have the ability to get a quote. And so if they go over here to Next Step and they put in a quantity, they can instantly get a quote. And so I'm going to put in a quantity of 1. In this particular store, what I've done is I've set up a pricing rule that anything below a dozen pieces is going to get priced out as a DTG print, and the customer is going to have to pay a premium for that. My thinking on that is that I probably have some art preparation costs and a little bit more handling, and so I'm going to charge a premium on the smaller order quantities. So if they click Buy Now, they're going to be purchasing for $24.82. What if they come in and they decide they're going to add 24, 48, 48, 24, a bigger order, bigger quantities? When they click on Get Price, according to the pricing logic I've set up, this is now going to be priced out as a 3-color screen print because we're pulling the colors from the vector graphic, so we know there's 3 colors, and we're going to our pricing grid that's saying everything from 48 to 144 is going to be this price with a 3-color imprint. So I can have different pricing grids for every single customer, but I have maximum flexibility for quoting the customer through the designer. Now, something that's really important with the designer, let's say they go in, they create a graphic, they upload a graphic, they save the graphic. They're prompted to enter their name and email and set up a password for an account. I've now captured all that information. I can go into my admin area and I can see all of the orders that have been saved. I can go in and create a quick little proposal, send that out to the customer, kind of more of a traditional order, and say, hey, listen, I saw you guys had created this design in the designer. You didn't transact. We have a promotion on Fruit of the Loom t-shirts. In your particular design, we can do these for $6.50. So you always have the latitude to follow up. Now, let's say they go to the next step and they go to buy now and they create a cart. So you can see right now they're being prompted to save the design, and then the next part is going to be prompted to set up their account. What's going to happen, I'm going to capture all that information as well, and I'm going to capture it in the form of an order if they pay and check out, or an abandoned cart if they get to that point and decide not to transact. I can still go into my admin area, I can see that they've abandoned their cart, I can follow up with them, and in the case of abandoned carts, I can set up a follow-up message so that after a period of time, it will automatically message them saying, hey, I noticed you were on my website, you designed something and you didn't check out, and you could even offer them a discount at that point. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of following up with anything that's created in the designer. There's 3 basic use cases for the designer. The customer uploads their own artwork, gets a quote, checks out. Customer selects a design template, modifies that template, gets a quote, checks out. But there's a 3rd use case. And so one of the things I can do is I can add the designer into a specific store. I don't have to make this link public. I can hide it. The customer can go into their account. They can see all of their graphics. They can select my designs. And if they want to go in here and name drop that design for, say, another sport, they can do that. They can just say edit in designer, design opens up, come in here, say Central Volleyball, and they can localize that design, check out, get a quote. Now, they don't have to transact. They can also go in here and just save that design. And again, I always have the option of going back to them with a more traditional proposal. If you really want to step it up and make it convenient for your clients to purchase from you, you can go into the internal InkSoft design tool, create these customized templates for them, and load them into their store. So when they go to select a template, we might limit them just to the 10 customized templates that I created for them. They can go in the store, customize them, change seniors into sophomores, change soccer into volleyball, and they have a more personalized design experience. The next part of InkSoft I'm going to show you is InkSoft Stores, and this is how we're going to help you to grow your business. So you're able to launch and manage custom branded online stores for decorated products. You're creating a dynamic e-commerce website. You're able to quickly create mockups, get products populated into your stores using Rapid Product Creator. You're able to eliminate paper order forms, and that's going to cut down on all your errors. And you're able to manage your group orders, and that's 24/7, so you can provide an experience for your client where they can buy at their leisure any time of the day or night. And your stores are secure and they're very efficient. So the best part about InkSoft Stores is you get paid up front and you don't have any receivables. So let me get right into a store so you can see how easy it is to set up an InkSoft store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select Create New Store. I'm going to name the store. It will automatically generate a URL. I can customize this URL. But let's say Central Boosters has their own domain. They have centralboosters.org. And they create a page, centralboosters.org/stores. I can redirect the store to their custom URL, so I don't have to display InkSoft anywhere in the URL. Also, if we redirect to a custom URL, InkSoft is going to create an SSL certificate, so when the end user lands on the page, they're not going to get a warning in their browser that says unsecure. The ability to seamlessly blend in the store using the customer's domain and URL is something not commonly seen in other e-commerce platforms. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Continue option. This is where I'm going to be prompted to go through a process to set up the store. So I can decide if it's public or private, all the different settings, who the contact manager is going to be for the store. I'm going to be walked through the entire process of setting up the store. And you notice there's a little progress bar up here that's telling me how far I've gone. So we're going to set up the store branding with the logos and the colors. If we're going to add the designer into the store, what artwork we're going to include in the designer, all the way through social media links and store policies, and here's your domain settings. Once you have this done once, you can save all those settings as defaults so you don't have to go through them each time you set up a store. At InkSoft, every store operates as its own business, so you can configure a store for the unique needs of your customer. Another way for me to create a store is to clone a store. So if I set up a centralized store, that's my sample store for all my teams and schools, I can get that set up and then I can clone it and the layout will come over, all the store settings will come over, and now I can even include all of the store art and the products. How does that help? Let's say I've curated 25 unique products for my team stores. And on those 25 unique products, I have 4 different graphics, 3 vector graphics, and 1 DST embroidery file. If I bring over the products and the store artwork, I can use the global art replacement function to take those 4 graphics and swap them out with 4 new graphics or embroidery files and completely localize the store with the new artwork. I don't have to create those products from scratch. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is my standardized school store. I've got a fundraising module here. I have a featured product, a couple more products in here. I've added some testimonials. I've got this store pretty loaded up. So if I clone this store, all I need to do is swap out the artwork and I can easily localize this into a new store. So now we have the same store with East Eagles. I replace the banner, replace the logo. I change the color scheme. I have the same products, but I use global art replacement to swap out the Central Boosters logos with the East Eagles logos. I even did that on the DST embroidery file. So this is a very quick and easy way to create stores for multiple entities. And you can do this for schools, teams, or even businesses. It's particularly great if you have a business store that has 30 or 40 different products with the same logo on it. You can just swap out that logo on all 30 or 40 products at once. Very fast and efficient way to launch new stores. If I go into my store admin area, I can see all the products I cloned from the Central Booster store. I can also see all of the artwork. So there's corresponding artwork to all these designs, including the embroidery designs in the Central Boosters store. So what I did is just swapped out this artwork with the Central Boosters artwork, and it automatically populated the product. But where does this artwork come from? So it comes from a variety of sources. You may have digitized this Eagles file in your particular embroidery software, uploaded the DST file. Maybe you're using CorelDRAW, Illustrator, Canva, possibly Inkscape or Affinity Designer, and you created vector files and you uploaded them. But there's another way of creating artwork, and that's using GraphicsFlow. GraphicsFlow is a giant depository of vector artwork, and we have tools where we can customize those graphics without having to use a professional design program. So let me show you how that works. So I'm back in my Central Cougar store, and you'll see we have a graphic populated onto this t-shirt. And you notice I have 2 links. I have a link for the InkSoft Designer, in case I want to give the customer a self-service designing experience, but I also have a link to Art Portal. Art Portal is coming from GraphicsFlow. With my GraphicsFlow account, I've linked my Art Portal directly into my InkSoft store. And this is providing the customer with an experience where they can select a design and submit it for customization. So that customer that doesn't want to design it themselves can choose through 7,000 different designs, select a design. We'll just type in soccer here, hit enter. And if they want to submit this design for customization, all they have to do is just click on it. They can put in any kind of notes that they want, add that to a checkout, and then they can submit the design. And I can collect whatever information I want when they submit the design request, their name, email, phone number. I added some custom fields like tell us about your project, added a date picker here. And I even put a drop-down list for sales reps so we can see exactly who is responsible for this particular customer. They can also upload source artwork. So if they have a piece of artwork for reference, or maybe they're uploading their logo for their school so we can swap that into the graphic, they can do that right here. As soon as they click Submit Design Request, I'm going to get emailed, the customer is going to get a confirmation email, and I'm going to get a notification in my GraphicsFlow account. GraphicsFlow is part of the Printavo family of products. It's not included with InkSoft, but the 2 technologies work phenomenally well together. InkSoft users use GraphicsFlow to collaborate with their customers on artwork and populate their stores with on-trend retail graphics. I've logged into my GraphicsFlow account. You're seeing design ideas right here. There's also a massive library of clip art. If you just need a great tiger mascot, you can just type in tiger. Maybe you need a welder for a welding company. You can type in weld. And we're also a font foundry. So there's about 560 fonts that are built into GraphicsFlow. And your sign-on bonus is when you sign up for an account, you get to download and install all 560 fonts into your graphics program. But what I'm interested in is design requests, because the customer had filled out a design request on my store, and I want to collect that request and customize the design. So I'm going to click on the design request. I can assign it to a coworker. I have all the notes telling me about the request. when their projected in-hands date is, what rep was working with them. And if I want to customize this design, I have this set of instructions for customizing it. All I need to do is click on that little link and I can begin the customization process. Now I could have downloaded this file into Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW and manually edit it, but I don't need to do that. Anybody on my team, regardless of their graphic skills, can customize the design. So if I click on Customize, I'm going to enter the stock art customizer. All I need to do is name drop the text. So I'm going to go over here, we're going to change this to Cougars. This is a 2-line text effect, so we need to change both lines. Change this to CHS. I can swap out the clip art if I want to, but what I'm going to do is just localize the colors. So I'm going to take this burgundy color, I'm going to make it more of a red. I'm going to take the black and make it more of a navy. And I'm going to take the gray and I'm going to consolidate that back to white so I have a 3-color design. From here, all I need to do is save the design. I can come back and recustomize this design, and that's how I went from Cougar Soccer to Eagle Soccer. I just came back to this design, customized it, changed the text, changed out the colors, and localized it to a different school. So I'll save that design. I can then add it to an art approval if I want to send it off to the customer to have them sign off on the art or see the art. In this case, I'm just going to download a PDF because I'm going to import this into InkSoft to create a product. Before I create the product with a new graphic, I'm going to do some basic edits on my store. So I'm going to go over here to Style Editor, and you'll notice there's different components in the store. So when the store is first created, it comes in with some stock components. I've added a few additional components. I've added a promo bar, I added a fundraising bar, I updated a graphic into the header, and every component that you click on will have its own set of tools that can be customized. And so if I click on Edit over here, this is where I could remove that particular banner, set up an effect with that banner. If I go down here and click on goal setting for this fundraising banner, I can set up all the tools for goals. So for instance, I want to set up the description of how much money is going to boosters, the sales goal, what percentage is going. I can do that all here, set an end date. So you're being prompted by the component with the ability to go in and customize that component. It's a very simple, easy, elegant way to customize a store. Let's create a new product. I'm going to go ahead and delete this product right here, and I'll show you how easy it is to customize your store. So I'm going to go over here to Components. I'm going to select a component for Featured Product. I'm going to see that component here at the bottom. I'm just going to grab the little 3 bars here to reorder the component, and I'm going to drag it all the way up to the top underneath my header there. So here's my fundraising banner, and I'm going to drag it right over there. We've got the new component in there, but there's no product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and publish, and then I'm going to go and add the new product. To add the new product, I'm going to navigate back to Store Admin. So once I've gone into the admin area, I can see all the products I've previously built, and I can create a new product. So I'm going to click on Create New. I'm going to select a product. These are just products that I curated specifically for this store. But again, we're connected to the supplier feed, so I can pull in any product from any of our 29 suppliers. So I'm going to select this Gildan 2000 t-shirt here. This Gildan 2000 t-shirt has 60 colors. And so if I was having to create mock-ups for, say, 20 different colors, with 3 different colorways of graphics for a non-industry platform, I'd have to create 20 mockups. I don't have to do that with InkSoft. I can just scroll down here, and maybe we want to add navy. Got the ash shirt. I want to upload my graphic. I'm going to upload a PDF file here. So here's the file that I created. It's going to pull in all the vector art, and that's going to allow me to set up a colorways. So if I go over here and click on this graphic, and I'm going to resize that a little bit, and maybe we want to do a left chest, or more, maybe a full chest. We can do all of that dynamically. But I'm looking at this graphic, and when I go and change it to navy, I notice there's navy in the actual graphic doesn't look good on navy blue. So I can change that right in InkSoft. I'm actually editing the vector graphic by going to View Colorways, creating a new colorway, selecting the navy color, and reassigning that to gray. And we've created a new colorway for that graphic. On navy, it's going to look like this. And then on ash, it's going to look like this. So you're just clicking on the art to assign it to that product. InkSoft is creating the mockup dynamically. It's matching up the correct color of the product with the correct version of the graphic in the correct colorway. So I'm not having to involve my art department or work with an external graphics program to create mockups. The next step is just adding all the details to the product. So you notice we already have access to the Gildan logo, the product description, even the size chart. But I'm going to click on Create Product. I'm going to click on Product Details. And then I'm going to come in here and do some customizations. I don't want to limit myself to Gildan, so I'm going to go over here and backspace and just make it 100% cotton tee. I'm going to choose to have navy be the first color that's displayed in the dropdown. I'm going to add a custom SKU here so I can run a report by CB and pull up all the CB products. I'm going to put my retail price in here. And then I'm going to add an upcharge here for 2X and 3X. So we're going to make that 30 and 4X and 5X, 35. And then what I'm going to do is hit finish to create the product. If I'm adding an embroidery product, I can upload a DST file. I can then create colorways for different color substrates, and I can even select thread colors from industry standard thread color charts. With InkSoft, you're not going to need an external embroidery program to recolor a DST file or create embroidery renderings, and this is going to help you to sell more embroidered products. It's super simple to add products to the store. I'm just going to go back to the style editor. I'm going to grab my featured product, click on Manage Products, and just select my new product and hit done. It's that easy. I've helped customers build out stores in nearly every major e-commerce platform. I've never found another platform that's more intuitive and easier to use than InkSoft. It's just a very efficient, quick way to build stores, and especially using the clone stores function, you create a model store for that market segment, whether it's corporate or team or event. You clone the store, the products come over, you do a global art swap to localize all the graphics, and you can build dozens of stores very quickly. It's just a super simple, fast way to mobilize stores. What you see here is an InkSoft website. So InkSoft is a web development platform. You can build your entire website with InkSoft. But say, for instance, you've already created your website, you like your website, it's working really well for you. You can incorporate InkSoft into your existing website. So you can incorporate stores into your website. So if you want to add stores for your clients, you can incorporate the InkSoft designer into your website. But let's say you have a website, you're not crazy about your website, you can build out your entire website using InkSoft. So you can do a very attractive website, very customizable, and you can create a website that's exactly what you need in order to promote your business. In InkSoft, you can sell through the online designer. You can also sell through online stores. But the third method of selling is using InkSoft Proposals. And this is a tool that's going to allow you to empower your sales team. You can close more deals by leveraging proposals to streamline the sales process. You can sell more proactively. You look more professional than your competitors. You can respond to customers faster than your competitors. You can use proposals to collaborate on graphics. You can use it to organize your sales pipeline. But most importantly, it's mobile responsive. So when you send a proposal out to a client, they can view that proposal on their cell phone, they can approve it, and they can also pay on their cell phone or tablet. InkSoft Proposals are going to streamline your method of traditional selling. So normally you're sending out quotes, customer reviews the quote, there's some back and forth communication, customer approves the quote, and then they pay you. Well, we could do that same process, but using electronic tools in a web-based interface. So in order to create a proposal, I'm going to click on Create. InkSoft has an integrated CRM, so I can create a new customer or add a customer. So I'll add this customer right here. This customer is already associated with Central Boosters and is associated with that store. I've assigned that customer to the store. By linking the proposal to the store, I'm able to bring over all of the settings from the store as well as the branding, including the colors and the logo. I'm going to name the proposal. I'm going to select an expiration date. I'm going to push that out 30 days. I'm going to select an in-hands date. All the tax calculations are going to be handled by TaxJar. That's an integrated service that's part of InkSoft that will calculate the sales tax based on the zip code. I'm going to set up all the payment details. In this case, I'm going to require a deposit. Deposit's going to be a percentage of total, 50%. And the balance is going to be due 7 days after the initial deposit. I can handle all the shipping details here as well. And what I'm going to do next is add a product to the proposal. So I'm going to click on Add Product. I'm going to select the product that I previously set up with the store. So I'm going to select this product. I'm going to choose just to include the navy version in the proposal. I'm going to click on Next, and I'm going to input all of my quantities. Now, when I originally set up this product, I set it up with retail pricing because we had a revenue sharing program where we're giving a percentage back to the school. But because they're placing a bulk order, I need to use wholesale pricing. So I'm going to add this to the proposal, but then I'm going to go and override the retail price with a wholesale price. When I've updated the pricing, I'm going to click on Update. I'm then going to save the proposal. To send the proposal to the customer, I can click on the Send Proposal button. This will send out an automated email that I can customize. We'll also change the proposal status to In Progress. I can view what the customer will see by clicking on Customer View. I can preview it as a quote or an invoice. This is a pretty standard quote with all the details of the proposal. I can also download a PDF and attach a PDF to an email. But the preferred method of sending out the proposal would be an approval. So if I go back to Customer View, in Preview as an approval, I can see this is going out as an interactive web page. So we've picked up all of the colors and branding and the logo from the original store. The customer can view the proposal. They can see a close-up of the artwork, all the quantity details, the color details. You'll notice there's an Approve and Pay button here, and also an Approve and Pay button here. So we're prompting them to make payment. We have our expiration date. There's also a built-in messaging system, so if they want to comment back and forth, we can do that right here on this web page using the messaging system, or they can call us or email us from these links. And when they're ready to sign off on the proposal and pay, they can simply click on Approve and Pay. We set this particular proposal up as a deposit of 50%. They can click on Next, and they can pay via credit card or ACH. In this particular proposal, I have it set up so they can pay with ACH, electronic bank transfer. And for larger orders, that's a great way to save on your credit card fees. So once they submit payment, this automatically becomes an order and gets populated into my order manager. From the time the order is placed via store, proposal, or the designer, the order is processed through a streamlined workflow through purchasing, production, and delivery. Purchasing is managing your inventory and coordinating orders from suppliers. Orders is maintaining visibility on your orders through all phases of production. Production is seamless workflow using job cards to track, schedule, and produce orders. This is an end-to-end solution from order creation through shipping. And most importantly, this workflow solution is designed for the unique requirements of decoration. So where do all my orders go? They go to the orders dashboard. And so you have instant visibility on every order. You can see pending approvals you need to follow up on, and you can process shipping and delivery methods. When you get an order, you can view the order summary, and the order summary enables you to see in real time information on exactly where each order is in production, what the next steps are, and it creates accountability for your team. So how do you know what products to order? You're going to access the purchasing manager, and the purchasing manager enables you to collate products and orders into single purchase orders, receive complete and partial shipments, and enforce inventory levels in your store. So for instance, you can put products into inventory, and the store can display remaining quantities as orders are placed. So how do you know what to print? You're going to use production cards. So orders are tied to products. Production cards are tied to imprints and equipment. You can combine multiple imprints into single jobs so you can run them together or order transfers in bulk. So how are you going to keep your orders organized? You're going to use the production calendar. And the production calendar gives you instant visibility on every order that's in process. At a glance, you can see due dates and the job status, and it's the perfect hedge against dropped balls. So how do you manage pickup and delivery? You're going to use the shipping pickup queue, and ShipStation is included with InkSoft. You can enter weight and dimensions and get a quote from your shippers that's linked to your account's pricing. Tracking information is automatically sent out to your customers, and you can coordinate pickups with the ready-to-pickup view. InkSoft is not only an e-commerce platform, but it's a solution for order processing and production. So to ensure you're successful with the platform, you're going to have access to account managers and support. There's unlimited one-on-one customer service manager support. Our domestic support team is available via phone, email, or web chat. We have comprehensive onboarding and training with your customer service manager, and you have access to a comprehensive knowledge base and a massive archive of YouTube videos. Every client goes through a thorough onboarding process with their assigned customer service manager. Your CSM is your central point of contact if you need any help or require additional training. The key to success with InkSoft is making it easy for your customers to purchase from you, whether it's with online stores, a self-service experience with the InkSoft designer, or proposals. You're able to acquire new customers and retain the customers you're already working with. If you'd like to drill down on the details and find out how InkSoft can help you to grow your business, I'd suggest booking a personalized demo at inksoft.com.